Hello, everyone, and welcome to our episode of Dishing Up Nutrition. My name is Madeline. I'm an oncology dietitian with the American Oncology Network, and today we have Nicole in her lovely kitchen who's going to teach us a little bit more about making some Mediterranean grain salad. Is that correct, Nicole, or an orzo spring salad?
Hey Madeline, yeah, we're cooking in the kitchen today. We're gonna focus on making a really quick and easy orzo salad. It's Mediterranean inspired, so hopefully it's gonna taste like a Greek salad.
Ooh,
I've
that
already
sounds
got
delicious.
it. Yeah, it does. I sampled it. It's gonna be great, I think. I've got some things cooking, so I want to catch all up on what I've been working on. So I've got a pot of water boiling right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and add my orzo to it. And I wanna do that just to show you how quick and easy it is. Orzo looks like a rice-shaped pasta, so it's very small. And because it's so small, it's gonna cook up really, really quick. So the idea is that by the time this teaching kitchen is complete, I think we're gonna have orzo pasta that's ready. It's a great thing to keep on hand. And I did found whole wheat orzo pasta. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this in. I've got a little bit of salt in there, and then I'm gonna give it a quick stir so it doesn't stick. I had a little bit of leftover vegetable broth that I used earlier this week, so I just went ahead and put it in there. It'll just give it a little bit more flavor when it cooks. So I've got that going. Again, it's gonna take about 10 to 15 minutes or so, depending on your kitchen. In the oven, what I've done is I have a foil pack of veggies going. They've just been in the oven. You could do it in the oven or you could do it in the grill. They need a little bit longer to cook. So my goal is once we assemble this salad, I'll be able to pull these out and kind of show you a little bit about a different take on the salad. So I'm gonna go ahead and start first with my dressing. I'm gonna grab all the things I need right here for that. I'll tell you, this dressing is one of my new favorites. It's so light and easy. So in here, this is actually my favorite way to make a dressing because it's got this little lip right here, easy to whisk and easy to pour. And I'm always looking for things that are, friendly in terms of cleanup, right? So I've got
Absolutely.
my lemon. And then what I did with my lemon, in addition to the juice, is I zested it. So when we think about taste and flavor changes, this could be a nice little trick to kind of keep in your back pocket. The zest of a lemon or a lime is really going to give it a lot of flavor. So when you zest it, you just kind of hold it over and just rub like this. You don't want to go too close to the white or it'll get a little bit bitter, but that's all it takes to zest it. I like to zest it before, I cut it. But if you're like me and you do have that, like, oops, I cut some, it's okay. You can still zest it after. Then to this, I'm gonna add, I've got 1 clove of garlic. You can mince it if you'd like. I keep my microplane out and I just rub it right over it. I find that doing this, what happens is I don't have big chunks, I'll say, of garlic, but I still get a really, really great garlic flavor. If you don't have that, you can absolutely use the garlic in the jar that you can find at the grocery store. I just find that this gives it a lot of really, really good flavor. And it's pretty easy. So kind of when I do it, I do have to kind of like rub my hand along the backside just to grab any of those last little bits. They're so good, and I don't want to lose any of them. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and fresh cracked pepper. So the salt's kind of to taste. So I tend to just kind of always go with the idea you can add more once you taste all of the salad together. With pepper, boy, I love a fresh cracked pepper. You don't have a lot of flavors in this dressing. It's delicious, but because you don't have a ton, you really want to make sure the flavors you do have are a great level, right? So just that little bit of extra time to fresh grate some pepper make a big difference. So that right here is kind of my base. And to it, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. What I'm going to do is when I'm mixing this, I'm going to take my whisk and I'm going to keep it moving. And while I keep it moving, I'm just going to pour in that olive oil. It's going to help it to emulsify a little bit so that it's not separating from the lemon and the oil. And I mix it for just a little bit. Again, sometimes I'll like turn it like this just to make sure I get everything. If you don't have the ingredients, you can absolutely use just bottled salad dressing. Or if you have like, even since this is the take on a Greek salad, if you have a favorite Greek salad dressing, I think you can absolutely use it. But that's it right there. That's all there is to it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my salad. So I did some orzo already. And I'm gonna start layering in some of the classic ingredients of a Greek salad. So I've got fresh tomatoes. Now the recipe calls 1 cup red tomatoes, 1 cup of like a yellow tomato, but they didn't have it when I was at the store. So I just doubled my red. You could also use other colors instead of just yellow. We have Cherokee purples here, and they're beautiful. They're so beautiful. So you could absolutely use this. And what I'm doing is I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of layer them. The pictures, I think that look so pretty. It's like it's layered together. Like you keep the ingredients like in their own separate, thing, and then kind of mix it together. So you can really do it any way you'd like. I've got some chickpeas again. So I've got a little bit of fiber, and I've got fiber in the whole wheat orzo. This is also a good plant protein, and it's also a cheap plant. It's also a cheap protein, right? So especially if you're taking this to like a grilling, like a cookout, nice way to get protein in there, but not feeling like you have to buy enough chicken for everyone or a fish. Again, this does pair really, really nicely with things on the grill. Either the vegetables like I'm going to show you in here, or some kind of a meat, or like even a mushroom. So next I've got my red onions. I dice these really, really thin. Again, it's mainly because, I don't necessarily love biting into a big, thick slice of red onion. So just dice it a little bit thinner. Again, if these flavors you're not so sure about, again, give me just a few more minutes to let that cook. And I'm going to show you another way you can kind of work with it. Red onion is a really, really traditional Greek salad, but it's sort of what you have on hand, right? That's the beauty of this. The orzo with the lemon vinaigrette, that's kind of your base. And then you start layering in those other fun seasonal flavors. I've got a cup of halved kalamata olives. Kalamatas are bright. They're strong, and you ate one, right? So, with this, again, it's very classic, traditional with a Greek salad, but think about it too with those taste and flavor changes, right? Definitely maybe one of those flavors that could pop through, even when others, you may have been struggling a bit with, those olives sometimes will really come through. So if you're trying to think of something to make, for a friend or a family member, and they're struggling a little bit with taste and flavor changes, this could be a good one. So again, now I've just got some feta cheese that I'm like putting on top of here. If you did not want cheese, you could absolutely leave that off. I wanted the feta that had a little bit of that Mediterranean spices, since I knew we were doing a Greek salad one. So that's the one I got. And so then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour my dressing right over this. It does encourage you to refrigerate it before you serve it. And that's one of the things I love about this. I think it's perfect if you're going to a cookout, because you can do it before. And when you serve it, it just tastes great. So you can really serve it however you like. If you want to keep it kind of like this, where you can see what's in there and people can kind of mix it as they like, you could. Or you could do what I'm doing, is just kind of starting to go ahead and like mix it up a little bit here. But that's really the salad. Again, it's beautiful. You see all the colors. That's kind of the start. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. And I'm going to pull out what I have here in the oven, because I want to show you what you could do if you weren't really wanting a cold salad.
And Nicole, that looks absolutely amazing. Was there something green in there that I saw? Was there parsley?
That was some parsley, yes.
Ooh.
That was fresh parsley. You could absolutely use other herbs if you wanted. But I had it available, and that, again, it's a traditional. Just gonna turn my oven off, and I'm actually gonna give my orzo a quick stir. It's almost done, and again, it's that quick.
Yeah,
So
what a great summer recipe that you can, like you said, customize and just make your own based on what's in season or what your taste buds are telling you.
yes, so it is a cold salad. You could serve it, really, I guess any way, but a lot of times people do refrigerate these. So cold sensitivity is something that I know we've talked about on here. So doing a vegetable pack like this could be a nice way to also have the salad with veggies, but not necessarily have it cold.
It's a
So all
great,
I did is I took aluminum foil and I just made me a little, kind of like a pack, right? And so if you see, like, what I have is I just kind of crimped the edges here, and I truly just, all four sides. If you have a big sheet, you could just flip it over, right? This can go on the grill. If you're the host of the barbecue or the grill, you could absolutely do that. If you're not, and you're like, hey, I want to use up some of these extra veggies, just put it in the actual oven. I put my oven on about 375. I do always grill or oven, use a pan under it, because if that aluminum foil punctures, you'll see in here, you have lots of beautiful like juice from the veggies. And it'll be a mess. Either way, right? Oven or grill if you don't have that pan under it. But if you kind of take a look, what you see is like I've got a lot of similar veggies in here. I've got the red onions, and I've got the tomatoes. So roasted tomatoes are actually can be really quite delicious. It's just a little bit of a different take on it. I found some beautiful squash when I was at the store. So I just went ahead and put that in there. And then I just did the same thing. I had a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper. So you could absolutely take this principle that's warm and add it to the orzo with the same lemon dressing, and you could still eat a salad with cold sensitivity. So I hope this has been really inspiring to you, and it makes you kind of feel like you've got some good resources for grilling sides this season.
wow. Thank you so much, Nicole. And thank you everyone for joining us today on our Dishing Up Nutrition. We look forward to seeing you next time.
And I did want to don't let me forget, I almost forgot my orzo. I think it is just about done. It's that quick of a cook. So don't be afraid to grab that, and it'll be ready super quick. Great base to a salad.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for joining us.